Hey, 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 welcome back to the Pricey Popcorn Podcast. It's me, Ben Kelkis, back here with Brady Alden. We got another hot episode for you today. We're going to be talking about, what are we talking about? What's this one we're
We're
doing
talking about
today?
WandaVision. Thanks for bearing with us in the audio difficulties last week. We had a quick little issue, but we got it fixed, and we're happy to
Yeah,
be back in great audio.
it's the learning process of doing this. Like, you make mistakes, you roll with it. It's a shame. That was a good episode, but, we're going to, I think we learned a thing or two from that, and we're going to keep going today. We're excited.
But yeah, I mean, WandaVision season finale happened on Friday. Crazy ending, I thought.
Right. I feel like we should wait a little bit to get to the ending. But yeah.
Still good. It's over. I thought there was a 10th episode, so I didn't know that was the finale. Really,
Well, there's maybe a secret episode coming this Friday, but I don't.
I think it's like the
just like
director's
recap.
cut. Yeah.
It's like the making of episode. Here's how we made
Here's
them
how we
shoot
spent $1
lasers
million
in the
an
sky.
episode.
Yep. So that's gonna be good. I wonder if that was an average or if they really. I mean,
I think it was the average.
because let's take it back to the beginning.
Well, because you buy everything. So like
Right.
the set and the actors and everything. So you're just not doing it per episode.
And they really committed to. We'll go back to the start of the show. They committed to the style of each sitcom that they were trying to replicate, be it the 50s, 60s,
Yeah. So
and
we
so
can
on.
we can get into that. I was not a fan
Yeah,
of the first two episodes. I think the first episode. I appreciate what it's trying to do, but I think it's corny, and I just thought it was hard to watch. I honestly thought they kind of messed up by not releasing it all at once, just because I feel like this was the first Marvel thing we got that wasn't, like really MCU based. Like you're gonna watch Endgame, you're gonna watch Infinity War, you're gonna watch everything because it's the MCU we like. I feel like with this one, it was something new. Wanda and Vision are both unexplored characters for the most part, so. I
yeah.
don't know.
They
I just
didn't.
thought, and I thought the first two episodes just, slow start and unappealing for some. So let's say you checked it out and you're not a huge MCU fan, and you watch and you're like, this is awful. Then
Yeah,
you
there
just lose
definitely was
viewers.
some of that. So I personally didn't feel that way. Just I don't know. I caught onto the charm. It worked for me. Um, I mean, I guess I'm not so prone to being to cringing from campiness and that kind of crap. With that sort of a old school thing, especially because I had like little expectations, but also I knew what they were going to be doing in terms of diving into the TV shows. So I kind of expected it to be a little bit of
Well,
a,
and to be
I'm
fair,
glad they at least committed to it.
I think that's the best element of the show when they get into the later decade television shows. The Office slash
Modern Family.
Modern Family one was awesome, and then I loved the Malcolm in the Middle one.
Yeah,
That
the
was
intro was
hilarious.
great.
I kept messing with Blair saying, "Oh, Dewey comes back.
Dewey.
Dewey comes back. He's Vision."
Wow.
But it was great. I think that's like the best part of the show. That was my favorite. That they did it so well.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, I kind of felt about the same for all of the sitcoms that they tried to replicate. I didn't have one that really stuck out to me more than the other. To me, it was all just kind of charming, kind of neat. I don't really have that strong of an allegiance to any period of television or anything. So I don't know.
I hear you. I mean, I guess we should also say before we go any further, huge spoiler alert, probably.
Yeah, yeah. I guess at this point, I mean, we've said about all we can say in terms of non-spoilers. It's a good watch.
Well, I guess
Definitely
last
give
thing
it
I'll say,
a-
if you haven't seen it, if you're a fan of the MCU, you have to see it. Have to watch it just for the sake of watching it because it does set up for the future. But if you're not a fan of the MCU, I think it's still worth the watch and it's still highly enjoyable. I think that's the second thing it does really well is that you don't have to be a superhero fan or even a fan of the MCU or really have seen any of those other movies. I mean, if you watch Endgame and Infinity War, it makes it a billion times more enjoyable. But I think you can enjoy it in a bubble of what it is.
Yeah, for sure. And especially because they dive into Wanda's origins, they retcon some stuff, and they really kind of flesh out where she came from in a way that if you didn't watch the Marvel movies, that's fine.
I
They
think it'd be a
explain it right there
unique
for you.
take. I think if you've never seen Endgame and Infinity War and you watch this, I think it would make you want to go back and watch them.
Probably because you'd want to, you get a brief overview of what happened to Vision and why he
Whose
why it's a
vision?
surprise that he's back. Uh, so yeah, it probably would, entice you to go back there and check them all out from the start. I don't know. I didn't necessarily. I think that it definitely worked as its own thing, and I think that now that it's out completely, if you haven't seen, if you're not a Marvel
Easy to
fan, it's
binge.
easy to just like kind of binge through, kind of work through real
You
quick.
go through in what, 5 hours? Not even
Yeah,
four
it
and a
is pretty
half.
short. It is pretty short because it's 25-minute episodes, except for the last one's 50-ish. So, yeah, definitely like check it out if you haven't. But I don't know. There was also, I guess we can get into some spoiler territory. Now, we you talked about how you wish they would have just released it all at once. So I think there's probably a debate to be had about, is it better that they released it the way they did, or is it better for them to release
I
it
mean,
all at once?
they wanted to make money, so they're never not going to release it all at once.
And it also built up, it prolonged the hype.
Yeah, it
Well, that's
does.
the money making thing. You
Yeah.
release it one episode at a time in order to get people to subscribe and stay subscribed for
I mean, I
longer than
don't.
a month.
I'm not arguing with why they did it
I'm
that
just
way. I think you
explaining
had
it
to.
to the
Yeah,
listener.
I think you
You
had
know,
to.
yeah. So
I mean, you have to just to make money because it was what 9 weeks. That's almost 3 months of Disney Plus that you had to pay for. So
exactly.
they're just making their money.
It's everybody buying 3 tickets.
But yeah, I kind of feel like they should have. I mean, that's my thing. I think they could have done, or at least like got to like the like where it started to kick off, and you're like, oh crap, it's happening type thing. But no, it makes sense. It paid off. The first 2 episodes.
Right, like it feels like we're so far removed from that. I remember we were discussing it when the
Yeah.
show first came out. Brady wasn't feeling the first 2 episodes. I was like optimistic about the future of them. Like I'm not out here saying the first 2 episodes were phenomenal, but
I mean, I was
there was
optimistic.
enough.
Like,
they tease enough to like make you.
I trust the MCU
Yeah,
vision
for
that I
sure.
knew it wasn't just gonna be that the whole time. But it did impress me. I think the ending was cool. Everything they did throughout it was great, and yeah, the first 2 episodes I think paid off. It'll be exciting to see what they do for
Right.
the Winter Soldier.
So because of the fact that they released it week by week, what you had is a whole lot of fan speculation going on.
Yeah, that's what you
throughout.
want.
So that's what you want, but also I think that the show has fallen victim to that because of the fact that people are kind of upset that like there wasn't more to it.
Yeah,
That there weren't more big reveals.
yeah. The fans all hype up what's gonna happen, like
Exactly.
James Spader coming back as Ultron.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, or like even just like anything further than what they
Yeah,
did.
like having
Doctor Strange is
Strange
going to be
shown,
in,
yeah.
or and then
Or like
I
a
mean, we'll
Tom
get to
Holland,
the-
like anyone, just throw anyone in at the end.
Yeah, so because I mean, then not Benedict Cumberbatch. Hello, Paul Bettany came out saying that there's going to be a Luke Skywalker. Well, I guess he's not the one who said Luke Skywalker level cameo. That was Elizabeth Olsen
Yeah.
who said Luke Skywalker level cameo. But then he came out saying that he's going to get to act beside some great actor who he's never gotten to work with before. He's super excited. Turns out it's just he's playing two visions who get to operate side by side, face to face.
Yeah, which is
So
I
you
just-
get that kind of stuff.
honestly
It's a lesson for
after the
everybody.
Mandalorian, I was hoping that this would have some type of big thing at the end. Like having Doctor
Right,
Strange come in
everybody
would
was.
have been awesome.
But also well, yeah, so it's, what would that have done for the story? But also within the context of that universe, why the hell wasn't he there? What is he doing that this, he's supposed to be protecting this reality. Well,
I guess like they
reality
kind
was
of
being
explained that in
changed.
the other Avengers movies. Like they're not all there all the time. Like especially with
Well,
Captain
Doctor
Marvel. Like they say with Captain Marvel, like
That's
she's
different,
doing
though.
other stuff, and like who knows what else he's got going on.
That's true. Who knows what else he's going? Yeah, and, like if there's something else, they'll have to explain that. Well, there's something else crazy going on, but reality is directly being altered, and people are
Yeah.
being harmed in New Jersey, just down the river from New York.
I mean, I feel
So-
like they would like it's one of those things like they wouldn't. I don't know. You can pick loopholes. Like they'll probably explain it somehow in the new Doctor Strange movie. They'll probably time it so like his adventures going on like right around the same time as this.
Right.
We
Yeah,
also
'cause,
don't know the state of the. I mean, there's not like really. I don't know. They didn't dissolve the Avengers, I guess, but like we don't know the state of like where that is.
Exactly. That's
So it's
very
not
true.
like they could just like
Like-
call Tony Stark and be like, assemble the Avengers.
Well, but Doctor Strange is supposed to be somebody who's
Yeah.
operating independently of the Avengers, no matter what, sees everything. Loki shows up on Earth, immediate, flip of the switch during Thor Ragnarok. But then this stuff is going on
I
in
guess it's like so
Westview,
low
and
key, and I guess I don't know.
but it's
I
pretty
have a
not
feeling
low
they'd
key.
explain it.
They'll have to explain it for sure. Now, from what I understand, prior to the delays and everything due to the pandemic, WandaVision was supposed to directly lead into the Doctor Strange movie. Like, Doctor Strange was supposed to come out right after WandaVision finished. So there would be less of a wait. And apparently there's some stuff that's been cut. I mean, maybe that's just the rumor mill going around.
You never know.
But, yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they'll explain it a little bit more. It definitely does a good job of setting up the curiosity for where the universe is going to be going
but
from here.
I guess my biggest issue would be that it didn't get us to where I thought it was going to be. Like, even if they didn't bring in Doctor Strange, I thought it was going to end with like some type of like what's next.
The
And
introduction of the
I
next
guess
villain or
maybe it
something.
did. I guess maybe it kind of did with like what's going to happen to Monica at the end when she's like, we're going to take you up there. Like, they kind of teased it at the end of Spider-Man, how there's the whatever I don't know what they're called, excuse my ignorance, the people that like the Samuel
The
L. Jackson,
Skrulls.
yeah, so they kind of teased, so maybe they're just teasing that further, and maybe the Skrulls will have a bigger part of the MCU going forward.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to.
But
like, on a galactic scale.
I'm still a little disappointed that we didn't get some type of direction more so, other than the fact that like Wanda's studying.
Yep, she's learning to officially be a witch.
Yeah, she's gonna
embracing
embrace
that
the-
about
yeah.
herself. Vision is out there somewhere. Here we go once again. We don't know where Vision is.
So I was kind of confused. So maybe we can just discuss this a little bit. So I thought, well, before we get into that, the scene where they talk about the ship of Theseus, I love
Yeah.
that.
That was great.
That was
That's
fantastic.
a great way. You got to have more of that in the MCU and in superhero movies as a whole. Philosophical kind of, it's not just punching people in the face to solve the
No, I
conflict.
really enjoyed it because
you know?
I remember that from philosophy class and stuff. So it's cool.
Yeah.
And that's a good question. Like, when does it not become the ship?
So, I mean, to me, my analysis of that situation is that's Vision's body, and he's got the memories in there, but he can't access them.
Yeah.
Well, fabricated Vision unlocks those memories for him. His eyes open up. He goes, "I am Vision," or "I am the Vision," whatever he says, and he's out. That's Vision. I think he's back.
I kind of they like merge.
Right.
And it's
Yeah, a
one
little
vision,
bit. So
yeah.
I kind of see the Westview Vision as like its own thing, though. That I don't, because they didn't merge in the sense of like fusion, where they become one,
Yeah.
body or anything.
Well, I guess if I had to say, I'd say that whatever the little fragment of Vision in Wanda's mind, when Vision became real or realized that he's Vision, her whatever projection out disappears because Vision is now back.
Right. So he's that is supposed to be Vision's soul, essentially, the Mind Stone element.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that the Vision that's floating out there now, his journey's not totally over in terms of, he said he's Vision, but he's still going to be missing a piece, and Wanda has that piece.
I don't
So they're gonna
understand
come
why
back
they.
together in
I
the
don't
end.
understand why they like did that. I don't understand
What do
why
you mean?
like he didn't just stay, and he didn't just like come and like live with her in the house or whatever.
Right.
Like, I don't get that.
Yeah, like if he's totally just the Vision. I guess
like I don't get. They didn't really explain like where he went.
no, not at all. He flies up out
Yeah.
of the roof and he's gone.
Like, I
so
don't.
that's curiosity.
Yeah, they'll do something with it, but
She
went in the wrong direction.
I mean, he must have something he feels like he's got to do. I don't know. See, I have no idea where he went, what he's going to be
I
doing.
mean, I guess that's like the beauty of it that we don't know, but also it's especially with this, like no one. I don't know. I feel like WandaVision's not like, again, it's one of those niche things where like they're doing it to do the story. There's only going to be one season, I guess. They probably won't do a season 2. I don't think. Unless they decide to completely just go TV shows instead of.
Yeah, it depends on what happens with the movies. Like how central of a role do they play in the upcoming movies?
But yeah, I just feel like they should have just ended it in some capacity, like had Vision with her at the end.
Yeah, because he really just flew out with a conviction. So it seems like
Mm-hmm.
he's got some intention. I guess it's a self-discovery mission for him.
I mean,
Kind
that's
of
a good
Doctor.
point.
Maybe he's
That's a
going to
good
pull a
point.
Doctor Manhattan and go live on Mars.
Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, it's okay. Like I was very impressed with it for what it was. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it was like just typical kind of
But
like
the last
Marvel
episode was
7
really
out of
good.
10.
The last episode was really good. It just like the very end was meh for me.
Yeah, see, I mean, to me, the last episode wasn't like great. It was just typical kind of Marvel shoot lasers at each other, like
Yeah.
entertaining and
I
everything.
thought the fights were cool. I thought the Vision fight was cool. I thought the Wanda Agatha fight was cool.
See, I mean, that Wanda Agatha fight falls into the where they're just shooting lasers at each other.
I thought it was
like
entertaining.
CGI. Yeah, it's just they do that all the time.
I was getting
Does
hype.
every
I was getting
movie
hype when I
have
was
to-
watching. I was drinking my coffee, a little caffeined up, and I was getting hype in the basement, man.
See, that's the thing. It's definitely like entertaining stuff. It's just it's kind of like that's the
Yeah, it's like
critique
cookie
of
cutter
Marvel, is
Marvel.
it's like that's cookie cutter Marvel. So if you're into that thing, or if it's hitting that particular day, then it's hitting. But for some that criticism is valid. I mean, that's not to say I didn't still enjoy it. It's just like I kind of said this. At the end of the day, this ended up being just like a great, like a nice 7 out of 10 kind of Marvel thing to me, because it didn't do anything phenomenal, didn't do anything out of the ordinary or outstanding. It teased like it was going to,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
then
I'm
it
with
turned
you,
into
but
a
they
dick
also-
joke.
So yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think I forget what my actual review was. I think like an
You
8.5.
gave it like an 8.5.
But I think that's mainly from like acting was great
yeah, like in terms
and the production was incredible. But that's what happens when you literally break the bank and spend
of $1 million per
like
episode.
$10 million on 9 episodes. But I thought that they did a great job of making it. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it fell. And again, it's one of those things where you could have probably said the same about the Mandalorian if Luke Skywalker doesn't come in at the end. Like if
totally. I think the Mandalorian was just like meh.
if it
like,
had a
no
meh-
good.
if it had a meh ending, we'd probably be saying the same thing.
But that's the
be
thing.
around
They
the same-
swung for
yeah.
the fences. It seems that WandaVision didn't swing for the fences. But the frustrating thing is they kind of teased like they were going to with the introduction of this new Pietro, who they literally put in quotes for the
Yeah.
subtitles.
Yeah.
Fox's Quicksilver or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. And they really built it up like it was gonna be him, and then they just hit you with Ralph Boner.
Yeah.
Now, I think that might be a little bit of a red herring sort of a situation, because he laughs at his own name. It's either she mispronounced the name and maybe it was just Bonner and he goes huh, Boner,
Yeah, I mean-
or maybe Jimmy Woo was originally visiting Westview on some missing persons case. Maybe, for somebody who's in witness protection, as a matter of fact. So maybe this is somebody who's in like FBI witness protection because he's come over to the. Now I'm really just grasping at straws.
Hey,
but,
can we
like,
just take a minute to appreciate Randall Park coming back to the MCU?
Yeah,
that was
God bless.
Love him. I love Randall Park.
He was. Yeah, he's.
we
phenomenal.
need a Jimmy Woo movie or miniseries where it's just him
Yeah, I could do miniseries.
him like going and doing all the like
Quantum.
yeah like just like random like non superhero level threats, but like
Just yeah.
like
just
it's still like
checking in.
Agents of Shield like
I
that
would love
kind
to
of thing.
see him team up with Spider-Man for some like friendly neighborhood.
Yeah,
kind
like
of
something
stuff.
like that would be cool where it's like not big enough that like, oh, you got to call Doctor Strange, don't call the Avengers, just call Jimmy Woo and him and his
Yeah.
team will come in and like check it out for you.
Exactly. And I'm glad that there's kind of
Like,
a
it'd be
place
cool
for
if they
that
did
in
that.
Marvel. Not everything has to be, Thanos is coming to destroy half the universe. There's room for
I
that kind of-
liked because I like his character. I hope they bring him. I hope he's in future episodes. I mean, he'll
he'll be in
or
more stuff for sure.
he'll probably be in the next Ant-Man.
Right. Yeah. Is there another Ant-Man in the works?
think
I don't
so.
know.
I think
know.
they have to.
See, Ant-Man's one of those ones I don't really care about. I mean, I know you
I
like it.
I love Paul Rudd, so for me it's really
I like
enjoyable.
Paul Rudd
It's
as
kind
a
of
side character.
it's a nice balance of like funny and serious, and
Right. I hate humor, so I'm like a very dry
I'm a
kind of
fan.
guy.
I'm a fan of Ant-Man, but yeah, I mean, I think we can agree on, WandaVision being it's good for what it is, but we both are disappointed they kind of just teased us and didn't give us anything.
Yep, it's kind of that typical, they're going to string you along for the next thing. It's
But
Marvel.
as far as we know, they could drop 2 more movies
That
and
make
we could
everything
come
great.
back and be like, "Oh my god, WandaVision was ahead of its time. This is so good." Like they can't believe they teased it and we didn't see it, you know?
Right. Yeah, maybe there's something like that cuz I mean there is a lot of that was a lot of screen time, like the runtime of the entire show
Yeah.
compared to a typical movie. So,
I mean,
I don't know.
I think if you're Marvel, the one takeaway you have is that you can do these miniseries and be successful. I'd have to look at the numbers, but I imagine they made a lot of money and had a lot of viewers from it.
Right. Is Disney one of the ones that like actively puts those numbers out with cuz I don't know,
I don't
it's
think
not
Disney
like
does.
they don't get money from views on a thing. They
We'll
get
get money
money
from
from
subscribers, but you
subscriptions
pay.
and that's
I
it.
mean, I guess you can track it with data. I guess.
But at a certain point it's guessing what did these people
Well,
probably,
I don't want to get into the whole
subscribe for
like
this
marketing
reason.
logistics and analytics of it, but you can tell. You can run reports and stuff and see like
Right.
when they subscribe, like when they stop.
Mhm. But yeah, and that's all just interpreting
Yeah,
data.
that's what everyone else does for
I
literally
guess
everything.
that's true. Except, when you buy a movie,
Yeah,
you see this person spent money on this movie. It's kind of, I mean, it's a little more up in the air, but also it's still
I mean,
like,
I guess yeah. I guess they definitely have a algorithm or like some type of number where they can see like, oh, we had 100 million streams over 9 weeks. That equals X amount of money.
right.
They definitely like know what because they have to offer for programs. They had to buy. Well, I guess they own the rights to it, right?
Yep,
So they can
Disney
just get
owns.
it. But like when they buy, or I guess it's only Disney original content on Disney Plus. But like when Netflix buys something, they like know the number to offer.
Mhm.
Like they definitely pitch. Oh, we know we can get 60 million views first, or per month on this program. They probably offer them a certain amount for it. So I'd imagine they have an algorithm or some type of analysis they can do to say, WandaVision made us X amount of money.
Right. Yeah, cool stuff. Definitely an interesting,
But we'll
notion.
never
That's
know.
that's how the industry works these days. It's gonna
But I
be
think
weird going
I
forward.
think I think it'll be good. Like I think
When does
March 19th.
Falcon and the Winter
So
Soldiers March
it's soon.
19th?
It's soon.
That is nice that it's soon because I'm excited. They're gonna. It seems like what
This
they're
is what
doing is they're
four,
gonna.
5 episodes.
I have no idea, to be quite honest.
I
Uh,
think it's shorter.
Shorter, interesting. Yeah, so WandaVision, kind of by the end, you have Wanda and Vision in two different places in life, and they're kind of doing their own thing. You don't know what's next for them, but something's going on. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to be the same thing. There's going to be
Not
like a little
Yeah, I
conflict,
don't
and
want
then
to
by the end of it,
speculate too much, but I think this one's going to be a true end of. Actually, maybe not.
I think
Maybe they're
I
gonna
really
set.
don't.
Maybe they're gonna set up with this one.
I think it's going to be the same kind of like something's happening, but we don't know what. They're
I'm pretty
preparing
sure
for the future that's
Anthony
uncertain.
Mackie's renewed for more stuff, so I'd imagine they're gonna tease something for him.
Well, he's gonna be Captain America.
Yeah,
I think by the end of this, or maybe not by the end of this. Maybe by the end of the next thing. But yeah, to me, they're gonna poise the audience to be curious about what the next movie
I want to
is
see more
after this.
flashbacks.
About in what?
Everything. Like WandaVision, we got so many Endgame and Infinity Wars, flashbacks of Thanos picking the gem out of Vision's head.
I mean, like very quick.
Yeah, but we
Like
still got them.
yeah.
I
Well, that's
want more.
different from like okay, yeah. Like I'm fine with there being I don't want them to harp back on the past like crazy.
I want to see.
Like.
I want to see Bucky have some flashbacks to like Captain America 1
Hmm.
or something.
Well, I don't
Thinking
know
of
if
Steve
like
Rogers.
yeah, thinking of Steve Rogers kind of stuff would be interesting, but because that would probably have to be more of a longer played out scene if
I don't
we
know. I guess
for
we'll
that.
find out.
So yeah, no, I don't know.
But I'm excited for it. It'll be good. We'll have
Because
to do a
I think
recap
the
on
most
that.
interesting thing for Bucky in terms of flashbacks is like trauma from him
Well,
being
yeah,
a
PTSD. But
super
hopefully we
soldier.
get that.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm personally most interested in moving forward more so than reflecting on the past, but I still
I
think
know
there's
this will
time to
move forward.
reflect.
So I feel like you just got to enjoy it for what it is. look backwards, enjoy it, make me, more curious, make me go rewatch all the 24 movies.
I guess. I mean, there's plenty of reasons to go watch. They don't need to give you another. But,
That's fair.
you know, yeah, I don't know. To me, the point of these new shows is to get them, get the audience to be hype about what's going to come out in theaters next, which I guess is going to be Black Widow in
Yeah, it
May,
is.
on
I
May
think in
7th
May
or
or
something.
June. I have no
It's May.
idea.
I forget when exactly. So
They say
that's
it's
supposed to
May.
come out. I don't like. It's hard to be interested in that because it's a prequel. Like, what are they gonna? And she's dead. What are they gonna do? Unless they bring her back some miraculous way.
They're not gonna bring her back.
No,
but yeah.
like it's gonna be a one-off thing that, like, really, in the grand scheme of things, who cares?
Be
Unless
cool.
they do something
The
great.
Stranger Things guy's in it, so
Yeah, but like, I'm mostly in it for the progression of the MCU plot, the whole timeline. I don't really care so much about spending 2 more hours with, Scarlett Johansson.
there will be a second cutscene at the end when she's laying in the pool that Thanos lays in when he snaps, and she's gonna open her eyes.
Maybe that would be something else. But that's if they bring her back,
We'll
I don't
see.
know. And I guess technically you could just go to a different universe and get her, go to a different.
I hate that. I hope they don't do it.
Yeah, because that, like,
It just kind of ruins everything.
you can bring anybody back,
Yeah.
really.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's a good place we can stop today. We don't want to keep just rambling about Marvel.
Yeah, we're getting to rambling at this
But
point.
yeah, I mean, if
so-
you haven't checked out WandaVision, go watch it. If for some reason you watched this review and you haven't watched all of WandaVision, hopefully we made it interesting enough to pique you watching it. But I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hopefully you didn't spoil your whole supper there, though, with this review. But yeah, check it out if you haven't. I don't know why you watched this if you haven't watched it. You're
But
crazy. You're crazy. But, like, whatever. Do you?
thanks for listening in to another episode. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Pricey Popcorn. Share with a friend. We're trying to hit 100
Oh, share.
Instagram followers. We're close.
That would be so cool. 100 followers.
We're
Wow.
gaining fans. We have 2 fans right now. People we
had
don't know.
Thank you for reaching out with some messages to us. There's
Yeah,
a couple
thank
of
you. We
people that
appreciate
have.
the love.
It's so nice to have you here. Tell your
Take it
friends.
easy.